to it, man. So Young Lava, okay, his charges have been downgraded from first degree M to manslaughter. I'm going to pull up an article courtesy of Betsy Powell and the Toronto Star. Big salute to Betsy Powell. Let's see here. Y'all can see that behind me here. Toronto rapper guilty of manslaughter after judge excludes non-relevant song lyrics. Okay. Oh my God. So this is a clip of Young Lava coming out of the... Hold on. I could scroll this. I'm just not trying to show too much. Damn, bro. I'm not trying to show too much things on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So this is him coming out of the courthouse or getting transported to another courthouse. He still has the same champion jumper that he had on when he went to allegedly do the thing. Right? That's crazy. So... It is not uncommon for a defendant's rap lyrics to be used as evidence in a Toronto and GTA criminal trial, despite criticism that the introduction can reinforce anti-black bias and impact the fairness of the proceedings. But the judge presiding in the just finished Toronto murder trial took the unusual step of excluding a rap song that the prosecution argued supported the motive for murder, agreeing with the defense that it was too prejudicial. My bad. Blah. So it's prejudicial and not relevant to the issue at trial. On Wednesday evening, jurors convicted Toronto rapper Dion Stitleden, 32. He's 32, eh? Not of first-degree murder, but of manslaughter in the death of Blaine Grinder, 26 years old. Sorry if I messed up the name. He was fatally shot in the chest around 1 p.m. on May 1st, 2019 at the townhouse unit in a Etobicoke housing complex. A sentence hearing is set for December 6th. Wanted on the Canada warrant, then fled. So they're talking about him fleeing back in 2019. We all know about that part of the story. The Crown's theory was that Gridley was executed by 3 masked men who went to the townhouse where he lived and shot him, leaving behind a quantity of narcotics and $10,000. Police did not identify the shooter. The co-accused, Michael Smith, was earlier convicted of manslaughter, and another man, Andre Duz, captured on a security video, was buying a mask and gloves in a dollar store and driving the 3 men from the complex on John Garland Boulevard and was acquitted of first-degree murder. The third man at the scene was never identified. While Stitleden was present, he did not shoot Gridley, nor did he have a gun. Defense lawyer Monty McGregor said it during the closing address earlier this week. He referred to the surveillance video showing his client dressed in a distinctive champion tracksuit that he was also wearing when he was arrested 6 weeks later, carrying a pipe or crowbar. Oh, that's what he was carrying. Oh, so my bad, gang. I'm there like not trying to show this on the screen because I thought this was a burner. This is like a pipe or a crowbar. Interesting. Okay, so the victim in the case was shot and killed in retaliation for violating the code by talking to the police and testifying in court. One thing about this that they didn't mention in this article. So yeah, he's getting convicted of manslaughter instead of first degree M. Manslaughter can carry 15 years. I think it's up to 15 years, if I'm not mistaken. So he's not going to get a 25-year sentence that is automatic when you get an M case, right? I don't want to say the word. um murder. 1 second. 1 second, gang. Sorry about that, gang. Yeah, so usually a manslaughter carries like 15 years from what I've seen back in the days, but I might be mistaken on that. But he's not going to get 25 years and all that type of stuff. Okay? But the one thing that he didn't mention in this, yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember now. The one thing they didn't mention in this, but that I know from my, information that I get behind the scenes, he still has the Nebraska case. So let's say he gets sentenced, and the sentencing they say here is December 6th. Let's say he gets sentenced to 10 years with time served. Okay? Because he's been going through this since 2019. We're in 2023 now. I think he was picked up in 2020. So let's say to give him 12 years. He still has to deal with the Nebraska case because, remember, he was on the run for a space of time. He got all the way down to the United States, got to Nebraska, and caught a case over there and got released from the Nebraska prison. And they didn't know that there was a warrant for his arrest up here. Do you guys remember that part? Like they covered this and in a Trap Geek video, and a few other people covered this too. But he gotten arrested in Nebraska. Okay. So once this is all said and done, and I don't know, maybe his lawyers will be able to get that case dropped. Who knows? But once this is all said and done, he still has to face his Nebraska case. They might extradite him back to the United States so that he can go serve time over there, and then he can come home. That sucks. That's a mud thing. So he's not completely out of the woods yet. This is a W for him because, listen, they're both heinous. You don't want to have these kind of charges on your head. But a manslaughter is better than catching a first-degree M. Okay? Like I said, I knew a brother that was inside for manslaughter. Like I was doing time with him, and he had 15 years. And the dead time that he had, they didn't count that. So actually, he's had to start his 15 years with no dead time, no time served or anything like that, as they say. So a fresh 15. So I'm going to correct myself as far as what I was saying before. He's not going to get the time served. If they give him 15 years, it's a fresh 15 on top of whatever he already served. Like that don't count for nothing. Okay? His time starts from the sentence. And there's no time served when it comes to a manslaughter. Right? This is just from what I've seen in the past, from people who I've been around. I don't know. I didn't go read the law books to see if that was the law or not for everybody else. But from the people who I've been around who were dealing with it in real time at the time, they had already, the brother already had like 3 years in. Didn't matter. Fresh 15. There's a big hole in my spliff. So yeah. Salute to Young Lava. Like he's been going through it, but at the same time, a life has been lost, right? R.I.P. to Blaine Gridley or Grindley, my bad. Condolences to his family. It's definitely something that didn't need to happen. Like all of this street code and all the different things, and like it never be. In my opinion, it is never a good reason to go and take somebody's life. Okay, even when it comes to the game, to the streets, right? Niggas violate. Oh, he a rat. Okay, let him be a rat over there. right? Because when man start taking bodies or, knocking heads off and stuff, and I've said this over and over and over again to different hustlers in the streets, people who, when I was in the streets, my workers, I used to always say, you can move as much work as you want. The cops don't care. As soon as you start knocking heads off and bodies start dropping, now they care. So I'm never going to tell these mans how to live, but what I will say is stop the violence. Not even bring it down a bit. Stop it. Just don't do it. Go get your money, bro. Like, niggas is able to afford anything that they weren't able to afford before, even if they're doing things that are not legal. However, that could stop real quick when now you got to be watching over your back for the ops or watching for the boy them to see if they're going to be able to solve that case. Like, nah, B, that's unnecessary stress. Go spend that money and go, mash up a thing. Go wazzle the thing, as they say. Trust me. But yeah, salute to Young Lava. A W in this case. And I seen that YG was giving him some props too, I guess. I don't know if that's subliminal, like, hey, my enemy's enemies is my friends or whatever the saying is. But yeah, that happened.
We love hip hop.